Good day, friends. I trust that you and your family are doing well. Welcome to Cogitations. This is going to be an introduction to the podcast, just to have an idea to share some of the things that we'll be discussing as we pursue truth. Um, what is truth? Is it something that can be known as we live in a moment where um, truth is subjective. People are talking about my truth and your truth. Um, is it something that can be known? What is the benefit to knowing truth? Are there any consequences to not knowing the truth? One of the things that I have discovered is that a lot of things that for me myself that I held to be true after uh, research and after discovery, finding that uh, what you thought to be true is in fact not so. It in fact lies, and um, some of these structures and systems that we met, they have been adopted by the majority of persons. That is true, and that's another thing is does consensus impact the or what impact does consensus have on truth, if any? Meaning that if something is false, but the majority of people agree that that thing, whatever it um, is true, does it become true because the majority of people believe that it is true, or the majority of people say that it is true? Um, that is something that obviously we will consider and discuss as we go along. There are many um, persons who, because of our experiences in the past few years, have been awoken to the fact that there there are many agendas at work, and they are acting against uh, our best interests, right, as individuals, as a society, and persons who, as I said, have awoken to this fact are going about in different ways to address that. And another um, feature would be sharing um, results, sharing things that actually work, things that work. Um, for me personally, things that I've learned from others, and also sharing some of those things that don't work, because a lot of times we can be fixated on success stories, but sharing failures help to to protect others as well, right? I was speaking recently with a very wise, um, uh, ageable person, right? Very successful as well, and that's one thing that he shared. He said that a lot of times people are eager to share their successes and the times when they they succeeded, right, when they were victorious. But it's pretty rare to get people who are willing to share on the times when they failed, the times when they did not succeed. And I am going to be sharing some of those as well. Right? There's a saying that wise men learn from their mistakes, and wiser men learn from the mistakes of others. In this case, of course, men and women. So, hopefully, I'd be able to share, and persons would learn from that. Um, as we continue to engage, I hope to learn from you all as well, all who would engage, all who would um, have questions, all who would have solutions, all who would share um, thoughts and insights into different topics that we would go into. Um, the means by which we engage, I would encourage that persons do their homework. All right, don't just take information from anybody, including myself, and run with it because it sounds good or because it um, lines up with what you already believe. But prove all things. Everything must be vetted um, in order to again realize if it's true, right? I remember I had a teacher in primary school, Miss Mitchell, and she used to talk about what she had us, particularly in mathematics, um, do a working column. So you may be doing uh, basic math like addition, and she would still require you to put your working in the working column. And that is something that I really like. I like the concept of that because, again, a lot of at times things may seem rather simple, but unless we have worked them out for ourselves, then we basically just receiving answers that we're comfortable with and holding them to be things that are true because we accept them. So this is going to be sharing some of this stuff from my working column, right? And I encourage you as well to develop your own. Um, this we're on the it's going to be posted on the 31st of December, and you know billions of people all over the world will meet in the middle of the night to celebrate New Year, right? And this is not a religious um, celebration, although the roots of it is of course religious, as you would find most things are. Some that you some that you believe is very secular, you would discover has its origin in religious practices. But nonetheless, yeah. So in the middle of the night, billions of people will shout "Happy New Year," right? And most people now know that it's not actually a new year because a year is a actual thing. It's a period of time, right? And but because many people will do it, the absurdity of it is not apparent, and it's a practice, it's a custom that many people across religions, across cultures, across customs will all do it when, as I said, when you think about it, it is um, actually very absurd, right? You have in the middle of the night, we accept that a new period has started. We believe that we move into a new season, a new year when we are literally in the middle of the night. So you're not even in a new night. The night would have started, maybe 6 hours before you choose to say Happy New Year. But again, that's just um, one of the things that again in this period, some persons would have um, celebrated Christmas, which people say is the birth of Christ. irony of that is that you celebrated the birthday of someone who never celebrated their own birthday. But I mean, I shared on that before, but again, just showing that there's so many things that we have accepted, so many things that we hold to be true, and because the working column is pretty empty, we have accepted answers, and hold those answers that we were given, that we met, to be things that are true. All right. So again, I think this is just an introduction of some of the things that we will get into as we continue to engage and to discuss um, different topics. All right. There's no need to like, follow, share, subscribe, none of that stuff. It is important and necessary that we think. All right. So continue to take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, you are willing, be blessed.